While travel restrictions and travel bans were still in place, and many agencies across the country were shutting down, Shalene Dudley decided to leave her host agency to launch an independent travel agency. In a mere few months, she had so much success that 6 advisors are now working with her. Shalene is well known in the industry for her involvement with Let's Get Uncomfortable, that's LGU for short, addressing racism in travel and tourism. Notably, Shalene was the recipient of the inaugural Travel Agent and Beyond Award last year. Shalene has lots of insights to share today about how to utilize social media on fam trips to not only increase engagement, but also to drive bookings. Take it away, Shalene.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about social media while in destination or on a fam trip. It took a few, guesses and review of analytics to make sure I had an understanding of where my clients were. So I think it's important for travel advisors to look at the presence they have on the different platforms. And for me, my two biggest are Facebook and Instagram. Although I have understood in the last few years that while I have a good Facebook following, most of my clientele comes from Instagram. And then I had to peel that back another layer and say, even though they're all on Instagram, what are they engaging with? Really, they're engaging with my photos. So I try to make sure I take an abundance of images that would work specifically for Instagram to have not only while I'm in destination, but for weeks and months after, and even to recall the trip, maybe a year later and do a flashback or remember where I was at this time kind of story. I've also understood that the video that I record is best suited for stories on Instagram because clients can watch them over and over and really get an understanding of the destination or the room tour I was engaging them in at the time. Facebook has been better for my clientele going live, and I found the times that work best were for me in the morning. So if I do like a morning live of here I am this morning looking at the sunrise, or we're on the beach in Puerto Vallarta and look, there's some people surfing, and really getting clients and just followers to understand the destination and where I am. And it's more of an engaging conversation for me with them on Facebook because they're asking me questions and I really set the time aside for that. So it's not just a video. It's just a better understanding of where your clients are. It does take a little bit of guesswork. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't work the same in every destination or time of year, but it's important to really be able to be flexible and find where it works. And if all else fails, I make sure that the videos and lives are recorded so that I can use them at any given time or send them to clients who are interested in a property or destination. So when I'm on a FAM, I operate a little differently. So I will make sure that I have footage of room categories that we're touring that are, idyllic to some or very unique so that I can share that with clients. But I also get room tours and extra photography of standard room categories so people understand what their dollar spent or going towards. Sometimes that is someone's bucket list. It's good to not discount everything you're seeing on property. It really does help close a lot of sales. So I tend to make sure that I either wake up early and take some extra time or go back to a sales manager on property and ask if I can get back into a room so that I can do a little more detail. My clients tend to really appreciate that, especially wedding clients who are looking for the perfect honeymoon room. It's a really good idea to keep a catalog of those. And what I've tried to do is have a highlight in my Instagram so that I can keep room tours in there. And I have realized that people have gone back to previous ones like years behind just to really see where I've been. And it adds that sense of, authenticity to my business and my judgment when I'm helping them decide what's best for their vacation, their honeymoon, or their wedding. I think it's important to remember that when you're going on a fam or any kind of vacation and you want to use some footage or keep people engaged, that you ramp that up a little bit in the days ahead. I know some people like to do it weeks ahead, but really engagement on social media is fickle. So I found that just a quick ramp up, like I'm leaving in 2 days or I'm leaving tomorrow, here's what I'm packing, or can't wait to see X destination, has been better suited to make sure clients are engaged when I'm on the trip. I try to also make sure that I continue to send images of that destination even when I've returned, because that's really what we do, right? We get involved and remember our vacations and we come home and we look at the pictures. So I want it to feel the same for my clients. Like it didn't just end because I've returned home. You have a little bit of nostalgia and you're ready to book the next thing. So I try to evoke that emotion on my social media page. The pandemic was very hard to maneuver through, but what I decided I would do with the downtime was work on my branding. And I also spent some time really working with LGU to discuss issues in our industry like we had always set out to. The time was perfect because we had open hearts and minds. So it was great getting those issues out to discuss and engage with different parts of our industry to really continue conversations that need to be had. On the other side, I started applying for grants and loans and realized that the black and white numbers in front of me could manifest into me opening my own agency, which was never really a part of my business plan, but made sense at the time because I was really making sure my business was tailored to support my clients in the types of experience they wanted me to plan. So that meant I needed to look at different wholesalers, suppliers, tour operators, and DMCs, and have my own autonomy to decide who I could work with and partner with. And it made sense. So I've expanded my team and we're working towards making sure that all clients of Latitude Concierge Travels really have a concierge experience. I think that it's just important for advisors to really look at their business plan every year. I think that's the biggest thing I learned during this time. Look at your business plan, and if you don't have one, create one and continue to follow that path, but make sure it's open enough to accept new opportunities and pivot when new challenges arise.